You know, the last time that I was on Better Together, we were talking about mental health. And I just remember being in a really difficult season while I was there. I was actually there with my friend Natalie Grant and my pastor, Alex Seeley, and then Jamie Grace, who is a great friend of yours, Melinda. And I just remembered feeling so dark because here I am talking about depression, feeling depressed. And when I think about some of the changes that I made after that conversation, one of the changes that I made is that I moved. I used to live right outside of Nashville where I was pretty much by myself. And as a super duper single woman and somebody who battles with depression, I know that for me, spending too much time by myself is a trigger. And as somebody who is, I call myself an ambivert. There are times when I'm an introvert and I need some time alone. And then there are some times where I have got to be with people. And so finding the balance of that, I came to understand for my own mental health was very important. And in February, I visited an apartment in Franklin, Tennessee, and Melinda, you were with me. And I have this picture of me, and there were 4 of my friends, and then the leasing guy was there. He's kind of the random guy in the picture. But I look back at that picture, and I think, God, let me not take for granted the most incredible friends that I have. As a single woman, I find my relationships with other people, that is so important. And as a single woman who battles with depression, my relationships with my friends is so important. And I know going into marriage, I can't expect that my husband is going to fix everything and that I'm never going to be lonely. And I can say my married friends, they actually talk to me about the fact that they sometimes feel so lonely in their own marriages. So I know it's not something that is automatically going to be fixed by marriage, but I can say this, for me, having healthy relationships is something so important for me to do and for me to tend. And even if it means leaving a city to go to another city, if that is something that I have to do to make sure I'm not isolating, to make sure that when my friends have not heard from me in a while, that they're gonna be able to come to my door and sometimes get me out of my house, which is the last thing that I want. But I remember in that conversation with Alex, my pastor, she said, would it be possible for you to give your key to somebody? And so knowing that these conversations that we are having here, I took some practical steps after that conversation that I had on Better Together. And so my prayer for the single person watching this today is that maybe they would look at what are some practical things that I can do if I battle with loneliness, if I battle with depression or mental health issues. What are some things that I can put into place? And for me, I think community is so important, whether you are married or whether you are single. But part of me thinks that it's even more important for the single ladies out there who are watching. But when I look at the beginning where it says, you know, where God says that man should not live by himself, it's not good for man to be by himself. I guess I think that can talk about marriage, and I think that, you know, Eve was given to Adam in marriage, but couldn't it also be something that can speak to us as single people? It's not good for us to be by ourselves, and even if it's not a husband, couldn't it just be good, healthy relationships and friendship?
But we are here on the set of season 2 of The Chosen, and why is Mandisa here on the set? So I'm gonna ask you kind of a 2-part question. 1, why are you here? But 2, why is this sweatshirt so apropos for why you're here? So you can share that.
Well, first of all, I'm freaking out because I'm on the set of my favorite television show. So I had the idea of a song, Get Used to Different, that I was planning to write anyway, but then when you reached out about this special situation that we're here for, I was like, okay, we got to write it right now. And so that's what we've been doing here, is singing Get Used to Different.
Yeah, so just now she finished recording the music video for the song Get Used to Different, and it's a Christmas song because of this big Christmas special that we're doing. And I think you were the first person that we asked to be on the Christmas special because you've been so supportive of the show and you're so awesome. So so she just finished shooting the music video. Make sure, I want to ask also, what do you got going on right now? Like going into November and December, I want to make sure that Chosen fans are as supportive of you as you've been of us. So what's going on?
Well, I'm just releasing new songs here and there. I've got one coming out November 20th that I'm very excited about. It's kind of a similar theme, like what we're walking through right now. There's something beautiful about knowing that God brings beauty from ashes, and I think you see that the best in The Chosen. So that's coming out really soon. It's with Rita Swinger and and Jasmine Murray. And I've got some songs here and there, and hopefully a full album coming out soon.
What's the name of the song? It's coming out on the 20th.
It's Not Over.
Okay. It's not over. See, sweet. That's perfect for right now.
See how it all works together.
I'm Mandisa, and I'm doing a new song called Get Used to Different. I'm obsessed with The Chosen, and so when I heard the tagline and saw the scene where you see Jesus saying get used to different, it just hit me like wham. I think understanding how Jesus was not trying to do what everybody thought that he was going to do, he came in a very different way than people were expecting, and I think this year is a lot different than people were expecting. The first verse is me talking, like saying, God, this year is a lot different than anything that I've ever experienced before. And I think all of us can understand that. We've never experienced the kind of pandemic or even the kind of division that we're seeing a lot in America, but also everywhere. The second verse is Mary talking. And I think the similarities between what I'm saying to God now and what I imagine Mary was saying back then, they really line up, that God is doing a new thing. And that's a scripture in Isaiah, that he's doing a new thing. And so I feel like he's saying, don't get used to what you've seen me do before. Get used to this new thing that I'm doing right now.
This sure doesn't look it all the way I thought it would. This year I've been looking hard to find a little good. I see the world on fire, find it hard to breathe. It's like a cloak of fear about to smother me. Oh God, my God, are you still here with me? Please say something, I need to hear you speak.
Don't you see that I'm doing something new? You can trust that I'm working for your good. I'm not doing what you've seen before. My favor is on you for so much more. Do you perceive it? Get used to different.
The angel told me not to fear this thing that God has planned. But how can it be so? 'Cause I have never known a man. I could be rejected, I could be disowned, treated like an outcast, like leaving snow. Oh Lord, my Lord, are you still here with me? I am your servant, I'll follow where you lead.
Don't you see that I'm doing something new? Yes, I am. You can trust that I'm working for your good. I'm not doing what Don't you see that I'm doing something new? Something new.
I perceive it. Yes, I see that you're doing something new. Oh, I can trust that you're working for